Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you my top 10 favorite Christmas movies of all time. I'm super excited. Let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, so the first movie that comes to mind when I think about my favorite Christmas movies is Elf. Elf is an absolute classic. It has an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was just an amazing movie. Yeah, I understand why. Every Christmas at my grandma's house, we would always go over, we'd watch the Elf, and actually in film class, I actually learned how they filmed it with like the elves being small. They would use forced perspective, so they put the elf further back and then they'd move him forward. It's cool. Like I love the Elf movie. It's an amazing movie. Probably one of my favorite ever made. I don't know. It's a good. This list is in no particular order, so I'm just kind of throwing them where they go. But Elf is definitely up there. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, the next one to come to mind is obviously The Grinch. This one's an absolute classic. So there's three different Grinches. One came out in 2018. No one cares about the 2018 one. One came out in, I think it was 2000. Let me pull up my notes real quick. Yeah, so one came out in 2000, and then one came out in 1966. So I've seen the 1966 one, and then I've seen the one from 2000s, obviously. The 2000s one is the one that most comes to mind, and is definitely my favorite. Because I just have so many good memories. I watch it every Christmas and I just enjoy it. There's so many funny clips, and just like one clip that comes to mind, they're in like a post office and he's like up on the roof. That's a clip that always comes to my mind from my childhood because it was such a weird clip. But then also the older one I watched a ton. Every year at school when we had the Christmas parties, we'd watch three different movies, and one of them was The Grinch. And the old one, so the one from 1966, the classic one, as I like to call it, is one we watched, and that's a classic. That was a good movie, I gotta say. But my favorite one's probably the one from the 2000s, because that's just what I grew up with. So another one I used to watch in school a bunch is Frosty the Snowman. I have so many good memories. The song, the dance, that whole thing. Frosty the Snowman. I'm gonna get this video copyrighted if I sing any more. But that song is an absolute classic. That movie's a classic. The dog's barking. Shush, please. I'm gonna have to move locations. But Frosty the Snowman was an absolute classic. I loved that movie. We always used to watch it on school. And there's one more we also used to watch. Why bark? Why? How am I supposed to film a video with you barking? And all of you.
I said my first words. But snowmen can't talk.
Another thing about Frosty the Snowman is for its animation and the time it came out in 1969. It's got great animation for back then. I really do. I think it's got great animation, but it's not the only one. So we'd watch two in class. One was Frosty the Snowman, and the other is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That animation is also pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It came out in... Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer came out in 1964 and has got a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I can understand why. It is the perfect Christmas movie, and if you're in like an hour class, you watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and you watch Frosty the Snowman. Those two together are like an hour and probably 10 minutes. I think they're both like 30-something minutes. But both amazing movies, great animation, great childhood memories with them. So thank you guys for being an amazing childhood movie and Christmas movie, the best out there. Let's get on to the next one.
Rudolph, please, could you tone it down a bit? I mean, that nose of yours,
Alright, I don't know if this is a controversial take, but the best Christmas movie ever has to be Home Alone for me. Now, some people say it's not a Christmas movie, some people say it's not a Christmas movie, but I feel that it is the best Christmas movie of all time. Although, there's debate, and you can debate all you want, but I feel like it is a Christmas movie. It is a classic. I literally watch it every year. I watch it in the summer sometimes. That's what's fun about it, is you can watch it during Christmas, and it can feel like a Christmas movie. You can watch it during the summer, and it can feel like just another normal movie. But I feel like it is the perfect movie. Literally best memories ever from that movie. Watching it with the family, watching it by myself. Harry and Marv, you guys still scare me. So here's another funny thing about Rotten Tomatoes. And I just, every time I looked up the movie and I was trying to figure out this video and what I was going to film, it gave it a, so the first Home Alone came out in 1990, and they gave it a 63% Rotten Tomatoes, which is offensive, by the way. That is one of the best movies of all time, and you're going to give it a 65%? That's offensive. But then the second one, which was the one from New York, which was a good movie, I'm not going to lie, but they gave it came out in 1992, so 2 years later, and they gave it a 35%. I'm going to stand up personally. I think I give those two movies the title of best movie ever. But really, a 35%, that's offensive. You guys need to take it back. Give it like 90%. I mean, come on. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I know they're not very comparable. But, come on. You gave that a 95%, but you're only going to give that a 30%. All right, that's enough. That's enough tangent for now. There's another Christmas movie that is not always considered a Christmas movie.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Cheapskate.
Hey, I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property.
Alright, I'm going to start a huge debate in the comment section. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie, or is it a Halloween movie? Because I was having this debate with like my entire family, and they say it's a Thanksgiving movie because it's kind of both. But then I've heard it's a Halloween movie because he doesn't like Christmas or whatever. It's a good movie, and I consider it to be a Christmas movie. It literally has Christmas in the title. The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a Christmas movie all the way. That's the side I'm on. Let me hear your opinions in the comments, but all day, Christmas movie. So I officially have trust issues with Rotten Tomatoes. So my next one was The Polar Express, and it came out in 2004. So The Polar Express, childhood movie, I love the whole concept, I love the movie, but it's got a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. What are you guys doing? I no longer trust Rotten Tomatoes. Their rating system is just garbage. Like, come on, guys. The Polar Express, literally one of the best movies, one of the best Christmas movies out there to watch with your family, with your kids, with anyone. I love all the scenes. I've seen it 100 times. It's a great movie. Would highly recommend. But a 56%, that's offensive. I think you guys need to go back and redo that one because that is a great movie. Would highly recommend. Alright, as I lay down here reading this list that I have, one stands out to me. A Charlie Brown Christmas. The perfect cartoon. I think I've watched it every Christmas for a long time because it's always on. They always air it. It's been aired for decades. So, I mean, it's a great show. I mean, I don't even call it a show. Is Charlie Brown a show? I never really watched Charlie Brown, but I've seen the Thanksgiving and I've seen the Christmas one. I've seen both of those. They're both good. The Christmas one's pretty good, so I don't know. I thought it was good. That goes on the top 10 list of all time. Yeah. Oh, and that one's got a 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. It deserves that. Good job, Rotten Tomatoes. Alright, this is another controversial one, but Rise of the Guardians. It's kind of an everything movie. Anything you could ever think of, it's an everything movie. It's got Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. It's got everything you could think of, and it's got Jack Frost. And when I think of Jack Frost, I think of snow and like frost and like he's cool. And what is snow? What time is snow? Christmas time. That's right. Snow is Christmas time. So it's like, isto facto, it's a Christmas movie. And it's also got Santa Claus in it, so it's 100% a Christmas movie. Came out in 2013. That's a childhood movie I've always held on to. I need to rewatch it. It's been a little while. But that definitely goes in my top 10 for Christmas movies. Kind of. It's an everything movie. It truly is. You can watch it anytime. You can enjoy it at any time. But that concludes our list. That really does. That's my top 10 list. I'm pretty sure there was 10 in there. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of Vlogmas. So please subscribe today. And I will catch y'all next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.